In this vlog, I'm going to talk about basic words that you can learn if you're coming to Norway. If you are coming here as a tourist, then I think it's good to have some kind of a backup words if you want to try some very simple and basic Norwegian words. You don't have to be on very detail on how you're gonna speak the words, but you know, here in Norway, Norwegians are very happy, and they really appreciate if you're gonna try to speak their language. I actually learned Norwegian language through my colleague here at work and through my Norwegian in-laws, my Norwegian family in-law. Yeah, and here in Norway, they have different types of dialect. And in those dialect, they could understand here to one another. Compared to my country in Philippines, we say it's a dialect, but actually it's not a dialect. You could say regional native languages. I think I could consider to say it that way, not really a dialect, because we don't understand to one another in Philippines. We have to speak the very head language, the very main language in the Philippines, and that is Tagalog. And Tagalog, we have to learn that language at school. Every country has their own languages and they have their own dialects. And here in Norway, they have different dialects. Yes. Since I live here in north of Norway, so it's a northern dialect that I always hear. That I always hear here in this, specifically in this area where I live right now, and this is motion. It's the municipality of Vefsn, and so the people from here, if they're gonna speak that language, they said, was it Vefsningen? Vefsning? Yeah, I think something like that. I can't remember the exact word. You have to priority to speak their language. It doesn't matter how good you are in English, because for them, they could also speak English here, but it's just the priority here is their own language, Norwegian language. Or if before, when I lived in Sweden, it was my automatically mentally that I have to learn the language, since especially if you're gonna live in that country, Norway or Sweden, then you really have to learn the language. It is really must. It is really obligation that you learn the language if you're gonna live here. It doesn't matter how good you are in English. If you can't speak their language, then there's no point. If you're gonna live here, you have to speak the language. That is the basic tips that I could give you if you're gonna live here in Norway or if you're gonna live in Sweden. Because I have somewhere like those two things. When I moved here in Norway, way back 2007, yes, I was here for 2 years. For the first 2 years, so I was here, I didn't able to learn the Norwegian language so much, and it was sad a bit, because I was really eager to learn. I did learn something, but not really much. But when I moved to Sweden, I said, no, this time I have to learn everything. I have to learn Swedish language, and no more English. And I did really strive hard so much for that, just to understand the language, just to speak the language, and to be able to feel like you could fit in in some way, if you are surrounded with Swedish people or you're surrounded with Norwegian people, so you have to speak the language in some ways. But that's the tips if you're gonna live here in Norway or in Sweden. I said Norway and Sweden since I have some history in Sweden, so that's why I cannot share it, just sharing it to you guys, because it's the same thing. Yes, now we're gonna go back to the language, and this language is quite it's really important to learn some kind of basic. For example, if you say hello or hi, then it's gonna, and then in Norwegian, I think I said hi or something like that, guys. Hi, and that is just like you can say hi or hello. Yes, but in another, it's the same thing, like it's to say hi and it's like hi, or yeah, hi. So it's the same thing, but the spelling is not the same. The spelling is not the same. That is the thing. And if you say, for example, like if you want to say bye, goodbye, if you're done with the conversation, then you're just gonna say ha det or ha det bra. That is goodbye. Yes, and also if you want to say, if you for example, if you're gonna say thank you to someone, and you could say tack, or if like you are being very thankful so much, so you could say tusen tack. Yeah. So if like there's you're very thankful from the bottom of your heart, I think it's, so it could happen. There's some things sometimes that it could happen, right? So you could also say like tusen hjertelig tack. So tusen hjertelig tack. Yeah. If you want to say something like, if you want to say to someone, have a good day, so you could say ha en fin dag, or ha en bra dag. So so it's like say likewise, so you could say i like måte, I'm not very good on pronouncing their language here, but I always try my best as well. So, but as long as you could speak a bit, the Norwegian people could understand you, and they could even understand you if you're a tourist. Then they're just very happy if you could try to speak a bit of that language. Yeah, it's a good tip. It's a good tips for you if you are a tourist coming here in Norway, since it's soon summer. So normally it's so much of there is so much of tourist people come here during summer, because it's a beautiful place to come. It's a beautiful place to visit. Yes, and like if you're having a good meal, enjoying a meal, and if you want to say that one to someone, here in Norway, they normally like have, when they sit on the table, and if you are visiting someone, the one who hosts that, if let's say it's a dinner or a lunch or whatsoever that is, so the one who hosts the party, when she or he is already done preparing the food, and the food is ready to be eaten, so normally just say varsågod, or and then if like and then you say varsågod, so it means yes, help yourself. And varsågod is also a word also that you can say you're welcome. Yeah, so actually varsågod, there have some several meanings of that. So you could say varsågod, yes, help yourself. And then you could also, you're welcome, yes. And if you are already on the, if you already sitting in the table, in the dining table together with everybody, and then the host, some before they eat, sometimes if some they have this very like the ethical way of food before eating. The host normally said väl bekomme, or you could also say varsågod. And as I said, varsågod has a lot of meanings. It could be several meanings. And väl bekomme is like enjoy your meal, have a good meal. That is normally the meaning of that. So yeah, they do really care for ethical manner or in the dining table before they eat. So people don't eat just like that. They wait before they hear the host is saying something. Now you could please enjoy your meal, have a good meal. Now you get some kind of a tips. You got tips. Yes, guys. And like if you say something, oh great, good, so it means this is a very, very Norwegian word, and a very common word as well, that everybody, if you can hear that word, it's so nice here. Flott. It means great, wonderful, that's nice. Flott. Yes, guys, isn't it good here? Flott. So positive. So much energy when you say that. Flott. Okay. And if like someone, you say you're admiring someone is speaking, and like if like he or she is really, really good whatsoever, she or he is really, really good in anything, and you see that he or she is really having a good and positive potential in something, in anything specifically, if you just think it's just he or she is really good, you could say, oh, flink. The word is flink, flink, flink. Guys, they have a very, very interesting Norwegian words here in Norway. It's can't be, since Norwegian language is actually a happy language. Yes, because even like if you say like deprimet, if you like say if someone is having a depression, or it's like I am depressed, something like that, so they could say it in a the way how they speak it, they speak the whole phrase, they sound like they're not depressed, they sound like they are happy, but it's just a tone, the way how they pronounce the word, because just that's the way it is. This the normal way of how they speak their language. So I could say it's like a happy and positive language, actually. Yes, guys. I have my copy here so I could remember all what I want to say. Oh, and of course, this is all very common. If you are a tourist coming here in Norway, if you want to say good morning, so you can say god morgen, god morgen, god morgen, god morgen. And if in the evening, you could also say god kväll, god kväll, god kväll. And then if you want to say something to someone, good night, so you can say good night. And some people, they say it in a very short way, so they said natta, 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 or the whole phrase good night, good night, good night. And if you want to say to the person like have a good sleep, sleep well, so you can say sov gott, sov gott. Yes, guys, moving on. More 6 words, and very basic. If you need a water, just water. In Norwegian, it's vann, vann. It's so easy to remember that one. Vann. Since it's like it is soon summer, so normally, what is vacation if you're not having an ice cream. If you wanna buy an ice cream, or if you wanna have an ice cream, so you could say that one in Norwegian. Is. Yes, guys. And if you want to go in a coffee shop and have a together with your family or friends, you want to buy coffee, so you could say the word coffee, kaffe. And if you want to have some milk in your coffee, so you could say milk. You don't say milk, since it is more English, but this one is milk. So it's just changing from I to alphabet E. There you go, milk. Yes, this is a very common last two words, guys. Toilet. We need a toilet. Anywhere, everywhere, wherever we go, right? And you could always say that, and you could try to remember that word if you're coming here to Norway. And they call it toilet. They actually have a very short phrase for that. If they want to go for, like, if they want to get pee, and they want to go pee, so they know some. Jeg må på do. So it's a very common phrase. The last one, I think you can love this one, because a lot of us, if we go for a vacation, we want to go to a mall. A mall in Norwegian is kjøpesenter. I try all my best to speak to pronounce that last word, so how it should be, and I hope it's correct, but at least to hear how it is to pronounce that word. And that's all for that basic Norwegian words or Norwegian phrases that you need at least to know when you're coming or before coming to Norway. It's exciting and it's so good, and it's a plus factor if you could learn some extra language. Even if it doesn't have to be the perfectly or correctly pronounced, but at least if you try, and it's so cute if you're gonna try to speak a bit of basic Norwegian words before coming to Norway. Yes, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I hope, if you're watching right now, if you're new to this channel, if you like it, then you like it, and if you like it, subscribe it, and if you subscribe it, share it to someone if you like it. Thank you so much. Spread love to everyone. Thank you. Have a good day. Goodbye.